Hello and welcome to Veterans Medals Workshop. I'm your host, Frank Foster, and today we're going to take a look at one of the most interesting divisions that served in the Vietnam War, the 9th Infantry Division, the old Reliables, the only force that had a brigade as a mobile Riverine Force, and a 3rd Brigade separate that ended up with the 25th Division. So let's go take a look. The 9th Infantry Division, known as the Old Reliables, was a World War II division that was reactivated in 1966 for service in Vietnam. Its unique 2nd Brigade was selected to be the Mobile Riverine Force in 1967 that worked with the Navy in the Mekong Delta, with the troops living on barrack ships never having a fixed base, with the 1st Brigade fighting in the Saigon area and the 3rd Brigade separate, eventually with the 25th Infantry Division. The 9th Division shoulder sleeve insignia is an olive drab disc with a double quadrifoil horizontally divided into 2 equal halves with red uppermost and blue below with a white center. The double quadrifoil is a heraldic mark of the 9th Sun and has been made red and blue, the designated colors of the Infantry Division headquarters flag, with the white center representing the white numerals of a division flag. The division landed in the Republic of Vietnam in December 1966 and stayed until August 1969, a total of 985 days. The 9th Division has a unique unit crest or distinctive unit insignia. It's a metal and enamel insignia that consists of a golden disc charged with a blue fleur-de-lis and radiates 9 golden rays. All but one at the top center is contained by a red crescent. The high points of the 9th Division World War II history are represented in the fact that the red crescent is for the Tunisian campaign, the 9 rays of the sun denoting the unit numerical designation, and likewise referring to the campaign in Sicily, and the gold disc in the center is for Central Europe, and the fleur-de-lis therefore represents service in northern France. Oh, before I forget, special thanks to Medals of America and Fountain Inn, South Carolina for providing all of the medals, badges, and display cases that you're going to see today. Just as a quick refresher, while serving in the 9th Infantry Division, the shoulder sleeve insignia went on the left shoulder as shown here, and the unit crest went on the epaulet. In this case, I was showing the 60th Infantry Regiment. After service in Vietnam, the 9th Infantry Division patch would be worn on the right shoulder to indicate combat service. During its time in Vietnam, the 9th Infantry Division had up to 10 infantry battalions assigned, and starting in the lower left is the 6th Battalion of the 31st Infantry Regiment, which is a unique silver-colored metal and enamel device which consists of a polar bear sitting on a gold and blue reef over a motto which translates from Latin to "For the Country." The regiment was organized in Manila in 1916 from men of the 8th, 13th, and 15th Infantry, and it did excellent service in Siberia. So that's where the polar bear comes from. Another version of the crest is shown to the right. The unit crest of the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th Battalion of the 39th Infantry Regiment is a blue shield for infantry with the fleur-de-lis and the 2 trees representing the first major victory of the regiment in World War I. The boar's head in the upper left-hand corner represents the crest of the 30th Infantry Division from which the 39th was formed. And the falcon head came from the Mount Falcon in the Meuse-Argonne area, holding in its bill an ivy leaf to represent the fact that, well, the 39th served in the 4th Infantry Division during World War I. The quotation is from a French citation awarding the Croix de Guerre, a Cross of War, to the regiment for service in World War I. The 2nd Battalion of the 47th Infantry Regiment was a mechanized battalion, while the 3rd and 4th Battalions were part of a mobile Riverine Force. It's a unique shield showing in the upper left-hand corner the Imperial Dragon that was taken from the 9th Infantry Regiment's insignia from which the 47th was formed, and so they put it in the upper left-hand corner to remember. And of course it has a symbol of the 4th Infantry Division in the center to reflect the fact that the 47th Regiment fought in the 4th Infantry Division in World War I. I believe the 2nd Battalion of the 60th Infantry was up in the Saigon area, while the 3rd Battalion was part of the Mobile Riverine Force, and the 5th Battalion was a mechanized battalion. The 60th Infantry crest is unique in that it reflects their service in World War I, where they crossed the Meuse River into Germany. And the red diamond indicates the fact that they served in the 5th Infantry Division during World War I. And, of course, their motto, to the utmost extent of our power. Pretty cool. As I mentioned, here you can see troops going ashore from the mobile Riverine Force that was composed of the 47th Infantry and the 60th Infantry Regiments. A really nice example of a squad leader from the mobile Riverine Force, an infantryman, and he is showing his award of a Combat Infantry Badge, the Bronze Star, and yes, an Air Medal. They did airborne assaults in the air with helicopters, his Good Conduct Medal, and his service medals, along with a couple of commemorative medals to well cover his unit awards. Very nice display. I just thought you'd like to see some pictures of how much fun it was to land on the shores there in the Mekong Delta. Here's a nice display from a trooper of the 2nd Battalion of the 47th Infantry Regiment. That was the mechanized battalion. And I think what is really interesting here is not only has he used the 9th Infantry Division patches, but he's used his, Unit Crest of the 47th Infantry Regiment. And they make a really nice display to honor his service. The 3rd Brigade of the 9th Infantry Division, 3rd Brigade separate of the 9th Infantry Division, was separated from the division in 1969 and assigned to the 25th Tropical Lightning Division. They had a unique unauthorized crest called the Go Devils, and I don't think I need to explain it any further. Pretty cool, huh? This is a very nice display of a Spec 4 showing his service in Vietnam. He's got his Army Commendation Medal, a Good Conduct Medal, and he also uses a couple of commemorative medals to reflect on his unit awards. The 9th Infantry Division had 4 artillery battalions, 3 of which were 105 millimeter, but the 84th, which I show the insignia in the upper left, was a 155 gun. The 2nd Battalion of the 4th Artillery Regiment is a 105 battalion, and it has a unique crest, which is a silver-colored metal shield, which in the center is the Aztec symbol of a red sun, surmounted by 2 crossed Philippine swords. The 2 crossed Philippine swords are significant, so they show the service of the batteries of the regiment in the Philippines, and the Aztec symbol refers to the service of the batteries during the punitive expeditions in Mexico in 1916. The 1st Battalion of the 11th Field Artillery Regiment crest is, it's complicated because in the upper right-hand corner it reflects that it was originally formed from the 6th Field Artillery. The 3 eagles through the center represent the coat of arms from the province of Lorraine. The symbol of the 6th Division, Infantry Division, is in the lower left. And the crest of the 6th Field Artillery, the Black Lion, is at the very top. And it holds in its paw another symbol of the 6th Infantry Division. Of course, its motto is on time, and I guess on target. The 3rd Battalion of the 34th Field Artillery Regiment has a pretty straightforward crest in artillery red. It has a 155 shell on the center with a truck tire behind it to indicate mobility. Of course, the 3rd Battalion of the 34th was a 105 battalion in Vietnam. The 1st Battalion of the 84th Field Artillery Regiment was a 155 battalion. It has an interesting crest. The cross on the crest indicates the state of Alabama flag, which the regiment was raised from, and the wing spur indicates it was originally mounted. Performance above all is a motto, and sometimes you'll see where it shows a yellow background would be red and the cross would be yellow. But in this case, the cross is red and the background is yellow. This specialist 5th class with the 1st Battalion of the 11th Field Artillery evidently thought enough of his unit's pride to get a copy of his unit crest made and enlarged and used it at the top of his display case honoring his service in Vietnam. And here I couldn't resist showing a couple of the insignia or patches of a mobile Riverine Force that supported the artillery and infantry of the 9th Infantry Division in the Mekong Delta. This young sergeant uses his 9th Division patch and his unit crest in his display that reflects 18 months service in the Republic of Vietnam. He also uses commemorative medals to represent his unit awards. Here is a nice overview of the quarters provided by the United States Navy for the infantry battalion and the infantry landing craft that were used throughout the Mekong Delta. In addition to his division patch, this young medic also displays a unique patch of a 9th Medical Battalion that served with the mobile Riverine Force. And you can see it in the upper left-hand corner of this handsome display. And I don't want to miss the distinctive unit insignia of the 9th Engineer Battalion because the wavy chevron shows service of the unit along the Rio Grande, and the horse's head indicate, well, back then it was in mounted status. The star is for the Lone Star of Texas, and the colors, of course, are engineer red and white. The Gila monster on the top is, well, it just reflects the Gila monsters in the border country of Texas. Of course, it would be very impolite to talk about the 9th Infantry Division in Vietnam if you did not make some reference to the support of the U.S. Navy, such as their River Assault Division 131 or the River Squadron 51, or, well, I really like the River Assault Division 91. But these are some of the unique patches of those forces that supported the 9th Infantry Division, especially in the Mekong Delta.
Thank you for joining us today on Veterans Medals Workshop. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed putting it together for you. And don't forget, there's almost 100 more videos out there on Veterans Medals Workshop covering all the different services in the Veterans Medals. So, until next time, thanks for joining us.